Okay, so in the last video we got our custom domain set up and our front end working. In this video we're going to talk about the API backend, and we're actually going to start off by configuring some headers. So we're actually going to look into CORS and what that means and setting up some things about CORS for our API. And then we're also going to return our response, which is in JSON format. Now, because we've used AWS SAM, we actually have an API configuration out of the box already that exists with an API gateway. So it's just doing a slight bit of tinkering and modifying that existing resource so it returns a payload that makes sense. So that's what we'll be doing today, setting up that API and allowing it to be called from a browser using CORS. Okay, so in this next section, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up our API. So the first part, or part 8, was to set up our database, but we're not going to do that. We're actually going to skip ahead a little bit and start first with the API. Now, because we're using AWS SAM actually deploys some API infrastructure for us, actually under the hood. And let's just have a quick look at that right now. So if I go into Amazon API Gateway and I go into APIs, I'm going to see the Cloud Resume Challenge API, which is the one that was created for me by AWS SAM. And if I go into stages and I go here to prod and I click on get, so my get method for that API, I will see that I've got a URL where I can actually invoke my endpoint. Now, this will return just a static response. So what we're going to do is just modify our response slightly in this section, and then in the next video we will have a look at adding some JavaScript into our HTML file to request this API. Now, we're jumping ahead of ourselves a little bit here, but one of the things that we're going to set up in this video is actually to do with CORS, and CORS is cross-origin resource sharing. I won't go into this in too much detail, in fact, as part of this whole series. However, for this video, what we're actually going to do is we're going to disable or enable a very sort of broad CORS configuration just for the purpose of this demo. However, you should go and have a look and have a read into what this is, why CORS exists, and what its purpose is. But for today, we're just going to basically almost disable CORS, so to speak, just for the purposes of our demo. So how do we do that? So if I go into, let me just close this and open up my main file. So I'm using Go, you're probably using Python or something else. It doesn't really matter too much. What I'm actually adding here is, this is my response from my Lambda function. So now what I'm gonna add here is I'm adding additional headers property. So this is gonna return the headers for my API requests, and also I've modified the body slightly as well. So what I've done is I've added into my headers this access control allow origin star, access control allow method star, and access control allow headers star. So basically this is just then allowing any request from any different client to request my API. We might come back later, or I might come back later and modify this later in the series. However, if not, you can, as I said, have a look into that, research how these methods work and what values you should actually be setting for them, because here we're opening up, we're having quite a loose policy here. And then the second change that we're making here is we're going to return this count. So as I said, we're going to ignore the database part for that and integrate that later. But what we're going to do here is just return a hard-coded value. So here you can see I've got count 2, and this is where our visitor count is going to appear. However, in this case, we're just hard-coding the value 2 just for the purposes of this setup. And now if I just jump back into the browser, so if I open this up here, what we can see is if we were to request our API without our CORS policy, what we would get is something like this. So we've got access to fetch at blah, blah, blah URL from origin null has been blocked by CORS policy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove this error, and we're going to do that by adding those 3 headers to our Lambda response. Now, this is basically an API gateway proxy request or a response. So what that's going to do is you're going to return a body, and you're also going to return a status code, and API gateway is going to do some heavy lifting for you here and translate these into actual response headers and convert this into an actual status code. So I've actually already deployed this, and I can show you that now. So if I go to my API gateway and I actually open up this URL, which I have open here, you can see that I'm getting my count is 2 as my response coming through. So our API is almost working as we want it to. However, it's not hooked up to our database, but that's fine because we can build out the rest of our sort of CV application and integrate the database a little bit later. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show you. In fact, let me quickly also just show you this. If you curl that URL, because here I can see the response body, but I can't see the headers. Now, if I curl and I pass the -i flag, I'm going to also get some information about my headers. And I can see here, I've got access control, allow origin star, allow headers star, and allow methods star, which is exactly what we want. And we can see our response here, count 2, that's coming through. So take that for a little bit of a given that we need to remove these CORS policies, because if we don't do that, we're going to get this error that we talked about. But now we're in a position where we can start to integrate our JavaScript and make a request to our API from our front end without running into these errors. But we'll do that in the next video. So go ahead and get that set up and have a play around with your CORS configuration for your API. Okay, so now we have an API working and it's returning that JSON payload response, and we also have our CORS headers set up so that we can call it from the front end. And that's precisely what we'll cover in the next video, where we will call the API from our front end and start to integrate some of that backend data coming from the API.